everybody. I don't know. Parents, you may want to clear the little ones out of the room for our next...
They need to see these people. A man who once called himself an S&M Willy Wonka. Others describe him as a flamboyantly bizarre antichrist, I don't know. You call
Anarchist, whatever you want to call it.
And that is since he cleaned up his act.
He's a former heroin, crack, and alcohol addict with a penchant for sleeping with prostitutes. Stress the word former, because now Russell Brand has conquered his vices, sobered up, and happens to be one of the top comedians in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Russell Brand!
A huge star in his native UK, in the last year, Russell exploded onto the U.S. comedy scene, hosting the MTV Video Music Awards, and just this past Sunday, premiering his very own Comedy Central special, Russell Brand in New York.
I'm famous in England. My personality doesn't work without fame. Without fame, this haircut just looks like mental illness.
Russell's taken his rock and roll style to the silver screen in Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler and Forgetting Sarah Marshall, in which he received critical praise for playing Aldous Snow. On stage, Russell has made no secret of his former saucy lifestyle, and now he's putting it down in print in My Bookywook, a half-funny, half-disturbing look at his former debaucherous life.
Please welcome Russell Brand.
Come on out, Russell. Hello, baby. How are you?
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Great to have you
Mike?
here. Hi, Russell. You're so right about the haircut, though. Without fame.
I don't know about that.
Really?
I don't know about that, ladies. What do you think? When we were having a little discussion about your hotness factor, quite a few of the girls and I think you're very sexy.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I think the hair works. I like it.
Do you find yourself sexy?
Well, that would be a strange state of affairs. One would never leave the house.
Gotta hand it to you. Okay, 34 years old, autobiography. Some people...
I'm not yet 34.
Oh, I'm sorry, 33.
Thank heavens.
No, it's a big difference. But at 33, autobiography already. But you've led a full life.
Yes, Mike. The autobiography covers the period before I was famous, where, as outlined in the introduction, I lived a hellish life.
You certainly didn't live a hellish life.
It was peculiar what went on.
Your father took you to see a prostitute.
Well, yeah, I was a young man. It didn't happen in a planned way. Initially, it was a nightclub. It's just as the evening evolved, it turned out that the nightclub was thriving on sexual energy.
Well, I think the key here is that your father was involved in it.
I was just 16. I didn't make very many decisions. And, and when you're 16, there's nothing you want more than women, and the financial element doesn't become clear till later.
What we're alluding to is that at 16, your father bought you a prostitute. Do you think this is...
I didn't get to keep her.
You didn't?
That's okay, you didn't have such bad
Had I
luck
been
later.
able to, I would have liked it, because I did fall a little bit in love with her, where I was so young and naive. Yeah, 16, because I'd not had a girlfriend before, and when I was able to sleep with that woman, Mary Lou she was called, although often prostitutes give you a fake name, and that seems unlikely a name for someone from the Philippines.
I'd never done that. Mary Lou, she was Filipina.
But at the time, she was very, very beautiful, and it was very, very alluring and magical. And great American writers such as Henry Miller have written of the allure of people from the underworld, people on the precipice of the world.
A parenting tip, though, Julia. I mean, I never did anything like that with my dad.
Daughters?
No, I mean, perhaps retrospectively, it was an unwise birthday gift.
I don't know, but look, you know, had maybe you not gone through that situation, it shaped you. I mean, you got heavily into drugs. I mean, you became pretty famous because you'd be so whacked out on drugs and you'd be interviewing people.
Yeah, well, I didn't become famous. I lost a lot of my jobs because I was on crack and heroin. It's very difficult. Imagine if you were conducting this interview while on crack and heroin.
We are.
Oh, well.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Fox.
Very close.
You're doing remarkably well under those conditions.
But after an autobiography, looking back at your life, what is a life lesson you could give us?
Do not take hard drugs. While you're on the telly.
While you're on the...
What about getting drunk before the show? No.
I don't recommend it, really, unless unless it agrees with you.
I have to say, and I asked you this in the green room, you were in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I mean, you're in a lot of mainstream movies now. Do you feel any kind of pressure from the studios to kind of tone down your act, maybe even in your personal life?
Not,
I don't think you should.
Not especially,
like
because really the differences are superficial. I might have an unusual haircut, but my moral code is just like be lovely to people, live a simple life, don't get too attached to transient and material objects. So it's not like I'm a devil worshipper. In fact, I'm against the devil.
No, we've gotten to know him a little bit.
That's good. I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
You are, seem to me, a very sweet man. Have you found love?
Not yet, no. I've been looking in all the wrong places.
Who are you looking for? What's your...
I think I want sort of salvation for a woman. Someone, I think, that would look after me, take care of me, be able to tolerate the insanity and the madness. I think what we all want, really, just someone to recognise us and take care of us.
That's sweet.
Oh, my God, he's so sweet. I don't know if I believe any of this, but...
Well, of course.
You can pick up a
Madam!
copy. You can pick... I'm sorry. You can pick up a
that was
copy
an act of
book.
violence.
No!
Harder, harder.
My bookywook is at a bookstore near you. You got to go out and get this, because there's so many
really
stories in here that we obviously can't get to because it's national television.
Thank you, Russell. Great to meet you. Good luck.
Good luck on the book and
Coming
good
up
luck
next.
on your shows. And
Check
movies
this out.
and everything else.
How to eat chicken parmesan and mac and cheese for half the fat. And we'll come right back.